Sign language was made for the deaf and hard of hearing to communicate. However, some people tried to take that right away from them because it was not normal. This art made by Miss Miller represents the past when teachers or even society would not permit signing in schools. If they dared to sign, educators threatened to either tie their hands or even cut them off. Of course, things have changed since then. Today, people are interested in the language and the culture. In most high schools, colleges, and universities, students have the opportunity to get to know the language and acknowledge the culture.
Cuss your eyes.
Deaf culture has really changed my life in a way because it kind of opened my eyes to a whole different world, a whole different thing. Because you usually see people that are talking and you don't see signing or anything. So when you go to a restaurant, you see people signing. It's cool because you like I could talk to them if I wanted to because I know sign language. But if it's someone that doesn't, they don't understand what they're doing. So it definitely changed my way of looking at things. But it's good to see, and it's a good thing to learn it so you can talk to them and understand.
From the time I was a little kid, I was always interested in working with the blind or the deaf. I used to read a whole lot of books about people with handicaps and stuff like that. And I took a little bit of sign language in college, but never did anything with it much. And then about 8 years later, my husband and I started going to a church that had a deaf ministry. And that's where we really got excited. We started hanging out with the deaf people there and watching the interpreter. Actually, it used to scare me to death. I was afraid to look at the deaf people because then they were going to make me talk. But I just kept watching and practicing until the next thing you knew, I was one of the ones up there interpreting. And so spending time with my deaf friends just taught me enough that when I decided to go back to teaching when my kids were little, ASL was one of the choices. And so I went and took the certification test, and they had taught me enough to be certified without even having gone through any college programs or anything like that. And I've been fascinated with the language ever since.